What's going on, my beautiful people from YouTube? I want to talk to you guys about disrupting the crypto mining space. That's right, things need to change, and I want to tell you guys how that's taking place. This is a little earlier than I thought I was going to be able to share this information with you, but the cat's out of the bag, and I might as well let it all out there. So in this video, we're going to cover three things. We're going to cover what this crypto mining space disruption is going to look like, why we need it, and how it's going to take place. Secondly, I want to share with you an IDO that's happening in the same space for this token that I'm going to talk about today. And third, we're going to do the giveaways and have some real talk after credits roll, as we usually do here in the video. And the only thing I ever ask from you guys is just to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that more people can find out about what's going on in crypto, not from some chiller or somebody that's just trying to sell a product, but from somebody that's been in this thing for over a decade. Again, my goal is to share with you guys a little bit of my experience, what I've seen take place, what I see happening right now, and hopefully give you insights as to what's taking place in the near future so you can be better prepared, so you can get in the things that are going to be profitable. I'm not trying to give you guys financial advice. Anything and everything I ever share on the channel are things that I've spent my own money on. And when I make money, guess what happens? I give it away. Just like I'm giving away at the end of this video, a Bobcat, a helium miner, a helium hotspot miner. And I want to make sure you guys are benefiting from the things that are taking place on this channel. It's my way of giving back to you. So let's get right into this thing. Guys, there is a giveaway for this video, so make sure you leave a comment down below telling me if you guys rather mine ASIC or low power altcoins. What is your go-to and what you'd rather mine at home? That's how you enter the giveaway. Leave a comment down below. We're talking about the monopoly that's been taking place in crypto for way too long, and it's taking advantage of miners just like you and I. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that we can run profitable mining machines, but the cost to purchase them has been astronomical, and there's no way that a regular person can go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to put X number of dollars down and be able to get my money back within a reasonable amount of time. That's just not happening right now. And the reason I'm actually talking about it right now is because there was a tweet that was put out that shouldn't have been put out that talked about the K300 miner that's going to compete with Goldshell's KD6. Now, let's take a look at what this looks like. First, the Goldshell KD6. It is listed as the most profitable miner inside of ASIC miner value. And you're looking at $137.13 a day. Not too bad. Now, how do you get that? How do you get that much? Well, it's not yet released. Let me tell you about that. Okay, so you got to buy this miner, and you can mine Kadena, however you choose to say that, and you get that much money, which is at the current price, $49,000 a year. All right, so the idea is that let's make sure we can charge people the amount of money you can generate in 1 year. That's been a little company's choice for a little while. If you take a look at the prices right now, you can see that, it says, in stock in a few places here for $42,000, for $48,000, pre-orders for $53,000, $56,000 in stock. So this is not cheap at the end of the day. I have personally a KD5, which is one step down from this unit here, and prices were really reasonable for them until Kadena just blew up. And now this miner, even from the manufacturer, is costing this much. And I'll pull up what this looks like right from Goldshell themselves. Now, not financial advice ever, not trying to say somebody is terrible, but I don't agree. I don't like, let's say that, the way some things are being run. For example, you can buy a KD6 directly from them for $47,000, it looks like, which is a lot of money. It doesn't cost, anywhere near this much money to manufacture these. And yes, I know what you're going to say. Well, what about research and development? You got to make sure that people are getting their money's worth. I know. I always take all of that into account. And I want to make sure that I'm very clear with the things that I say. And I need to be careful. I tread lightly, I guess, with the discussion in today's video, because I can share so many instances where things like this take place. So, hey man, I don't know if you or anyone would want, but I have an opportunity to buy 5 KD6s at 55,000. Still an arm and a leg, for instance, why I'm passing it on. But it's still better than getting it off, it's, guys, this is a really trusted person. This is a private message. That's why I blurted it out. I want to make sure that I can share these real things with you. 55,000. This same company, Goldshell, has sold these miners already. There are plenty of people, and when I say people, I mean resellers, that have these machines that are out there generating money on top of money because they're taking advantage of people. Goldshell realized that it's a lot easier to make money if you sell them in bulk and let these resellers sell them. And what I would love to see is for somebody to just take a stance and say, I am going to just become a manufacturer and then allow resellers to go out and do their thing and resell these units. No problem. But no, Goldshell positions themselves as direct to consumer, manufacturer. Like they're building these machines and sending it directly to consumers, which does not take place. There is a fraction of these units that are being manufactured and sold directly to consumers. I have numerous conversations from a bunch of different people that are able to buy these KD6s, and there is a minimum quantity for you to order them because they want to sell them in bulk. They want to make a bunch of money very easily and then allow people to go ahead and resell those units. That's what's taking place. That's why stuff is so expensive. I mean, it's two things, right? First, the price is incredibly inflated. And secondly, they're not selling to consumers. They're selling to these, I don't want to even say distributors. I mean, they're scalpers more than anything else. They set a minimum quantity. So if a miner is, 50 grand, they're going to say, you got to buy 5 of these. They make all the money that they want. It's less work. They don't have to deal with individual users. And then these people are free to resell them at a higher price. And let's talk about that higher price. I am so sorry, but I can't justify spending that much money on a miner. Like, I know I showed you ASIC miner value and that you can ROI in essentially a year, right? So you can, a year you can make $49,000. It's too much. I know I've talked about helium, and helium was like, I was able to ROI in a month for most of my units, and great, it went down. I can still get my money back within 5 months. Even, 6 months for my worst earning hotspot. But it needs to get better. If we really want the decentralization of this, specifically with Kadena, like you want to make sure that it's decentralized, right? Like the more farms get built and you have a single person or just a couple of people that are using these things, well, guess what? It becomes less safe. It becomes a lot easier for somebody to, to do a 51% attack. We need to avoid that when it comes to these networks. So, in my opinion, what Goldshell is doing with the price and everything else that's going on, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. Now, here's where I'm going to disclose more than I was planning on at an earlier time than I was planning on doing so. Take a look at this. Oh, it's Fast Miners. I've talked about these guys. You can buy a bunch of stuff from them. They have a bunch of miners. Sure, they have a bunch of miners. Now, they put out a little interesting tweet, and I'll show you what it says. Because over the last year, we have seen manufacturers such as Goldshell / Vosk Schiller, IB Link take advantage of the community by scalping the prices. This monopoly stops now. Fast Miners, K300, there's the hash rate, and there's the the wattage and the price. So if you take a look at this unit here, you're looking at basically the same stats. So a miner with the same amount of power for, instead of, like I was showing you before, 58,000, 55,000, or 50, whatever, 48,000 47,000 from Goldshell for the lucky winners. Well, I don't know if you noticed, $23,000. That's less than half. Now, here's where I will be upfront and disclose what I promised, because I think it's fair for me to be upfront with you.
There's been speculation that I was involved in the events that occurred, the freeway and the rooftop.
I'm sorry, Mr. Stark, but do you honestly expect us to believe that that was a bodyguard in a suit?
In the same tweet that went out from Fast Miners, I went ahead and I told everybody, here's the deal. I'll be honest with you. I will tell you exactly what's happening. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll put a video together. And this is what this is. And I had lovely tweets right back at me saying things like, Action is a show for Fast Miners who will recommend anything they sell as he gets a cut.
It is one thing to question the official story and another thing entirely to make wild accusations or insinuate that I'm a superhero.
So I don't get a cut, actually. And this might be a little bit mind-blowing for you guys, but when you guys use the Action coupon code, I have not been getting paid. I have not. Promise you. You can ask. Go to their Telegram and ask. I have not been getting any commissions from anything you guys, buy from them. Actually, spend money, because I bought a bunch of stickers from my own money, and I'm having those guys put it in the boxes. So technically, I'm spending money anytime you guys use the Action coupon code.
I'm just not the hero type, clearly, with this laundry list of character defects, all the mistakes I made, largely public.
But I decided to take it a step further. What I did with them was a little bit different. A few months back, I started talking to them more and more, and I asked them, cool, you got a website, you're selling these devices, what's next? What's the plan? And I was thrilled to hear that they are really in line with my values, in the sense that when it comes to spending money, they don't like to spend money. They like to save. They like to, reinvest. And while talking to them, I had the opportunity to dive deep into what's next for Fast Miners. And they allowed me to come in, and they said, you know what? Here's what's going on, Vic. I'm going to show you everything that's happening, what we're working on, and you let me know if you want to be part of it, if you want to, participate in any form. So they explained to me that the goal was to not only distribute these miners, but use the profits from all the sales to reinvest and do their own thing to really disrupt this market. And that's where the K300 comes in. Told you guys that K300 is not really a thing. And here's why I say that. K300 stands for the third team working on this project. There have been millions of dollars already put into this project. All the profits that they earn from the sales of other miners is going to right back into the reinvest into the company, which they are looking at developing their own miners. So they have an R&D team, technically 3 R&D teams. And they asked me if I wanted to be part of it in any way, shape, or form, to which I said,
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
yeah, this is something I can stand behind. You want to create something of value for people, not overcharge them like other companies are doing, and create something wonderful for this space? Sign me up. I'm in. So for the past, I want to say, ooh, what a March already. Wow. Yeah, this started, last year. I've been there, I guess you can say, senior blockchain advisor. We'll come up with a title. But that's what I've been working on. Part of my time goes into doing R&D stuff, goes into talking to different companies, goes into having discussions with system architects, with engineers. And when I say, I try to provide you guys with a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of knowledge that I've gained over the years, I really do have the experience in a lot of these things. I don't always talk about my so-called qualifications, but I know exactly how a ton of this stuff works. When people challenge me to, hey, can you talk about this? Yeah, sure. To me, it's simple. Not because it's easy, but because I've been in this space for so long that I've seen the evolution of it, because I've experienced things from the start. So I have a ton of knowledge when it comes to these things. And I am so pleased to be able to, I guess, partner up with fast miners, not take a commission, not even take a salary, but the goal is to provide something better for this incredible space. That's what I'm doing. I'm working towards a better and brighter future for all miners alike. And my goal is to really make this thing special. Because I am just tired of what we've had to live through. It's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of, oh, this is super profitable. Well, it's not profitable anymore. It's too expensive. It's been prices that have been all over the place for units that shouldn't cost as much as they cost. Just take a look at what the KD5 was originally, sold for, and how much it changed because of, I don't know another word to say this, but greed. Because of greed. And yes, K300 is going to become a thing. That is not the name of the miner. It will be a Kadena miner, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. That's only the beginning. The things that are in the works are out of this world. They're incredible, I promise you. It's tiring. It's a lot of late nights. It's a lot of conversations with people all over the globe, especially when you're trying to nail down the right team to manufacture the things that you want. We're talking about huge, some of the largest chip manufacturers in the world. That's what we're dealing with. That's who we're working with. We're talking about engineering the architecture from the ground up. And that price that we put up, that $23,000, it's doable. You can get your money's back in 5 months. That's how it should be. That's what the mining industry needs to look like. It needs to be way more profitable for miners. It's still too early for people to be taking advantage of one another. If you really want decentralization, there needs to be a way for miners to be average people. For you as a consumer to be able to say, you know what, I want to support this thing. I'm going to go out and buy this, piece of hardware, and I'm going to plug it in. That's how decentralization takes place. Are there mining farms? Sure. Are there always going to be mining farms? Yeah, I think so. It's profitable. But the average consumer needs to be able to get a hold of these things so that they can benefit from it as well. And I say that as an average consumer, as somebody who's bought miners with my own money for years. So I want to see the space thrive. I want to see this really take off. And to me, the fact that we're starting out with Kadena is just mind-boggling. It's just, I'm so excited about it, and which is why I wanted to give you guys a little bit more. And today, I do want to share with you, a project on the Kadena platform that's going to, do their initial, coin offering. And I don't want you guys to miss out on opportunities. So here it is. It's Tempe. They are building a search engine, and don't try to compare it with pre-search, because it's different. And I will show you what I mean by that. First and foremost, the people behind this have built search engines before. It's not something new. They're doing, a launch, and they're launching on Kadena. They're also going to be available on the Ethereum platform. But because, KDA has been doing so well, and the platform is so robust, and people are loving this, they actually increased the allocation for KDA holders, which is really exciting. Here's the things that kind of stick out to me that I really want you guys to find out about. First, they're not doing marketing the best way possible. You guys know I love that, which means there's a ton of opportunity here. You might have never heard about these guys. That's good. That means that there's a lot of opportunity in here. And I don't want you guys to miss that. Flux. I know you're not my friend Andy. Well, he is my friend, but your friend Andy too talks about Flux, and he's like the biggest advocate for Flux. They are actually in their incubator program, so it's a legitimate thing. So Zelcore, the wallet, KD Launch is the platform that they're going to be on for this whole thing. And you have searchers, you have collectors, and you have guardians. Now, it gets a little complicated, a little confusing if you try to dive in head first, but I'm going to break it down really quick. I'm going to do my best to go ahead and actually give you a quick rundown of this thing. And this whole thing here is actually inside of their white paper. So take a look at the white paper. Well, there's actually the whitelist. So top link, whitelist, and here's the white paper. All right, I'm going to go through this so quick, you guys won't even know what hit you. So page 1, so CEO, he actually has experience doing this type of development. So where are we at? After a successful development of search engine for Darkscope, an award-winning cyber intelligence provider, there is experience on actually building search engines in the past. That's a big deal. That's something that other companies don't have. And I'll get to what else other companies don't have. Other companies don't have Gareth. And why do I say that? Gareth's just a good dude. Like, I actually, whenever I talk about these projects, I don't try to, how do I say this? My inbox is filled. I'll be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie. My inbox is filled every day with a bunch of garbage of like, hey, talk about my token. And sometimes, I'm sorry guys, yes, sometimes there's good stuff in there that I miss. So I apologize for that. But sometimes when I can and I see opportunity and I see, wow, you are building something really cool that I think can have a really good future, I try to reach out and they replied and they're like, you know what? I'd love to have a conversation with you. But 15 minutes on a calendar, talk to them for over an hour. That's how you know like something is worthwhile. And no, not getting paid to do this video, not getting anything like that. But I will be mining their token. And we'll get to what does that look like. Well, there is utility when it comes to their to what they're doing. First, they're going to be multi-chain, like I already told you guys. They're going to be on both blockchains, and distribution. So here's the Kadena is at 2.9. They're actually looking at changing that number because they also have 25% on Ethereum. I think that Kadena is a better platform than ETH when it comes to what they're doing, but that's not near nor there. So highlights, in my opinion, utility. There are 3 things that they list here. So first, staking, ad placements. That's what you need to stake for. So the more you stake, the higher visualization your ads are going to get. That's first thing. Search ads. So this is actually kind of cool. You can't like figure out what's an ad and what's not. I mean, I can, but maybe mom and dad can't. Like, that's the thing. Like, people click on ads all the time now on Google. And here's an example. I just searched for crypto exchange. Here's what we get. Really quick search, and then I get FTX is the first one. Get Coinbase. I get Gemini. I get Crypto.com. Then I get Top Stories. Then I get Forbes. This is an ad. This is an ad. This is an ad. This is an ad. And they're all in the same line as the real search results. Like there are more ads than search results. I mean, you're like 2 folds in and it's like more ads than anything else. They're looking to disrupt the system. They're looking to make sure that people understand what's an ad, what's not. And there's actually a picture of that right here. So they're looking at breaking things up. So the search itself will show up listed right there on the left side, and then ads will be separated. I actually really like that aspect of things. Now, website ads is the third thing that they, you can use the token for. And what the token is going to do is basically like if you refer people to their search platform, you can earn tokens by doing so. It's a way to incentivize people to go onto their platform, which is kind of smart. And you see here the rewards. You have reviews, collectors, and guardians. Reviews. You get rewarded for being a decent person and providing honest reviews. Secondly, if you're a collector, you're a worker. That's mining. You're going to be able to, be a crawler, essentially. Run a crawler from your machine and have it provide you with rewards. Guardians are going to be, holding the database. That's what the guardianship really refers to. Now, they're gonna, do NFTs as a digital ledger. They're gonna be on Marmalade. If you guys don't know about Marmalade, Marmalade's awesome. It's gonna be on Kadena as well, so that's something for you guys to look out for. It's actually getting launched like pretty soon, and they are also doing it on OpenSea. Now, if you want to read all the AI stuff, it's all in here. It's lengthy. I won't bore you guys with it, but I want to make sure you guys understand that they have the experience to actually build this thing out. Now, architecture also a little messy for people to understand. You got to really go in here and read these little fine details. Maybe I'll do a deep dive on this later, but I want to explain to you the highlights, right? GeoCore. The GeoCore nodes fulfill three primary roles. First, it separates Tempe network from the search users. This is it gets confusing when you start talking like that, and here's how I simplify it. GeoCore, they're the validators. That's what it is. So they're spread across the globe, and the idea is that they're going to validate things, and that is explained right here. So the core architecture, right? So contributors will be compensated with Tempe. These are validators. That's what this is, right? They also, this Overwatch thing is the validator. It's monitoring and coordinating, the coordination of things, making sure that things are set up the right way, that there is distribution of, the distribution is appropriate and things of that nature. Now, collector, the decentralized workers. Crawlers are what, search engines live and die on. And if you think about it, they look up for information and then they relate that information back. So crawlers are what allow you to search on Google and say, oh, that is there. That's how they have that information, because a crawler went there and they saw something and they recorded onto the database. This is very different than a lot of search engines. Most search engines don't actually have their own way of storing that data. And that's where these guardians come in. Guardians are going to be able to host that data. It's going to hold on to information so that users can look things up. And this is a perfect example. There are no real alternatives to Google or Bing. So Bing actually powers Yahoo. So if you search on Yahoo, you're actually grabbing info from Bing. If you search on DuckDuckGo, they don't have their own index. They're actually going to Google to find that information. And pre-search, they're aggregator, right? Like they're pulling information from different platforms. What these guys are doing, they're building something from the ground up to be able to truly compete against the big boys, but now in a Web 3.0 space. And I don't know if you know this, but I love myself a little competition, because competition is good. Competition makes sure that there's innovation. Competition means that there's more for us to seek after, and there's more opportunities, right? Like I love when there's good competition in the market. Now, how does this work? How's this gonna all play out? Well, let me show you something else that's already on the Kadena network. Take a look at kdlaunch.com. They're the first truly decentralized IDO platform on Kadena. They're the first ones right now. And you can secure transactions, claim tokens, blah, blah, blah. Whoop, there it is. Look at that. Their first project listed on here is Tempe. And they were calling, there were so many people calling the KD launch a scam back in the day. It's really funny to go back and go, oh, not a scam. So these guys are wrong, and this is legit. Anyway, for the launch of Tempe, it's going to open soon here, so you can get an allocation assigned. And the idea, you got to complete KYC. And I had a lengthy conversation about KYC, and I hate KYC just as much as the next person. But the way they're looking at it is that they don't want to start something cool and then all of a sudden get shut down when more regulations come out. So they're doing their due diligence to make sure that things are above board. That's what's happening here. That's why they are, for this platform specifically, they're requiring the KYC. Something else that I would recommend you guys do is fill out the whitelist application form that I told you guys that are right on their website. If you go to the very top of the website, on the top right-hand corner, there it is, whitelist application. But for you to do this piece of it, you're gonna have the KYC, which it is what it is, right? Like at the end of the day, it's a matter of getting in the right time. And if you got a KYC, you got a KYC. Now, you can actually, to get yourself a better position, what you can do is actually get the KDL token. In SWap, you can do that by getting the KDL, which goes to KD Launch, and having KDL allows you to actually stake on this platform. Right now, this is the swap rate that they're looking at is 1 KDA equals 80 TMP. Allocation size max, you're looking at 255 KDA, which is actually really cool because I have seen this more and more, specifically when it comes to Kadena. They're actually wanting to be decentralized as much as possible. So they're not looking to provide people with a huge allocation, right? Because that's the easiest way for somebody to, I guess, be considered an investor and then all of a sudden try to call the shots. And I don't know about you, but when that happens, it's just not a fun time. You want to make sure that, yes, you are raising the money that you need, but at the same time, you don't want to have to answer to one or a handful of people all the time because it gets tricky. Believe me, I've seen it way too many times. And, you know, at that, let's say 225 times, I don't know, it's $6. You know, let's say 6.5 for KDA right now. It's less than $1,500, which is, to me, is great. It's an amount of money that, you know, the average consumer can actually afford, and it will make them a good decentralized platform long term. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk much more about this because there's a lot of things that they are working on. Maybe I'll do an AMA. I know you guys mentioned that you want to see more Twitter Spaces. I'm working on that right now. But yeah, with the announcement of that K300, it's just one more thing that I actually been working on like a lot. I got a meeting in a little bit that I'm gonna have to jump onto to talk about that. So that's what I've been up to. So that's what's happening. That's an update for you. A miner that's actually going to be affordable for what it mines, and an IDO that's coming out. And all I ask is for you to like the video if you can, if you actually liked it. If you didn't, that's okay too. Leave me a comment down below and let me know why you didn't like the video. I am going to do a giveaway after credits, but for this video, let's do one of these. Let's do a giveaway here as well. So yeah, roll the credits. Well, I got to pick a winner for the last giveaway, and the last giveaway was for the Bobcat 300 miner, and wait, that's not the right one. That's this right here. There you go. It was on this video here that's on screen, so I just got to grab that URL for the video and go over here. There is a giveaway for this video. If you guys, obviously there's a giveaway for this video, and I'll show you guys what that is in just 1 second. Let me go ahead and filter duplicate users and get my YouTube comments. I have cleaned this up. This has been a pain in the butt because of all the spam that I've been getting, but we got 285 real people. We're gonna go ahead and pick a winner. And while this is rolling, I'm gonna tell you that I do have a fun thing to go along with this. Helium, Bobcat, Meow. Chad. Congrats, dude. You won a Bobcat. Now, here's the cool thing that you can actually get to go along with your Bobcat is the People's Network's antenna. And this is a dual mining antenna. You just scan the QR code right there that I peeled off so you can't see it and scan my code. That's what I'm doing for this video. So I'm going to put this at the very beginning. I'll probably clip it and say, guys, there is a giveaway for this video. So make sure you leave a comment down below telling me if you guys rather mine ASIC or low power altcoins. What is your go-to and what you'd rather mine at home? That's how you enter the giveaway. Leave a comment down below. Now we move on. And let me show you who they are. They're good people, and I highly recommend you check them out. Yes, there are other people in the market for this. I just love how they're like gamifying this thing, right? Just like blocks. I gotta do a block giveaway. Let's do that in the next video. Block giveaway. There you go. This is the antenna, so it's 39 bucks right now. You can get the US and Canada one. The other ones are, oh, the European one is available. So if somebody from the EU actually wins, I will pay to have one of these, because the one I have, their US version, so I'll pay for the EU one. And yeah, because I'll be honest with you, these are 5 dBi antennas and they actually work really, really well. And that's a crazy thing. Like, I wasn't expecting much from an antenna like this small. And where I placed it, I actually didn't have the room to place a big antenna, so I needed to go with something smaller. The pickup pattern is down here, so it is a little bit of a different pickup pattern, so it's not exact, but it works super, super great for my application. And that's the thing, you got to make sure you know the application for your miner. But it is a dual mining thing that I think people can really benefit from, because it's more passive income, and that's what we love to do, is be able to earn money when we're sleeping, because anybody got time to work nonstop? Like, at the end of the day, I want to go sit at a beach for a little bit and hang out and relax after I get that Kadena miner ready for you guys. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. It gets to be stressful at times, but I am honestly like doing my best to try to create something unique, something new, something that can and will make a difference in this space. So yeah, you might end up seeing some new articles coming out in different, publications talking about, that there is a disruption coming to the space. And I don't know if I'm going to be the one doing it, if we're going to have one of the guys from the, from the company do it. Because this is big. This is honestly really big. And I want to make sure that I not only get the word out, but I let these other manufacturers, because if they lower their price, it's not like, oh, we're not going to sell as much. No, that's good. That's what we want. We want to encourage competition. Competition is good. And I say that for my YouTube channel, with all of the other people that are generating content around crypto. Competition is good. Competition is great. It pushes you to do more. It pushes you to be better. But honestly, there is no real competition if we're able to, manufacture something that does the exact same thing for less than half the price. Like, yeah, it's just a blowout at that point. And it's coming. It's happening. So keep an eye out. If you guys want to check out Twitter, follow me on Twitter, follow Fast Miners on Twitter, the People's Antenna. Actually, I got the antenna for free. Told him, like, I don't want something for me for free, so if you give me an antenna, I'm just gonna give it away. So I'm giving it away and giving them the credit they deserve for giving me that. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're going, is the moon. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Give me a high five.